The Community Arts and Heritage Education Project, or KHEP, we run Speak Up for girl and girl identified youth and non-binary students in grades 7 and 8. And those who are just about entering high school and who really need a connection to a community and perhaps the arts community before they head off to high school, so that they can have that connection to hold on to and a network to build off of during that time. There is a comfort and a sort of a becoming yourself that kids experience being involved in the arts. And when that's taken away from schools, they really, I think, lose that ability to play, to think creatively, to see things from different viewpoints, and to really experience these different areas of maybe who I am, who do I want to become, who inspires me, who are the types of people that I want to be around, that I want to model myself after, that I want to aspire to be, all that kind of stuff. So the loss is really it's almost too big to really describe. So I think that it's so important that projects like Speak Up sort of take the place of that loss and help students to not only just learn practical art skills and learn and be inspired to be artists, but also realize that you can become a leader through the skills you develop in those different art projects as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily about the art itself. It can be about those other things you learn through that process.
So within our project, we are using the 4th R Healthy Relationship Plus program. And we're providing training to teachers and guidance counselors in our districts to implement as a part of the grade 8 health curriculum. So the program within itself is a 14-session program. It's evidence-based, it's a strength-based approach that really helps young people to be able to learn the foundations and knowledge they need to be able to develop healthy relationships, but also more importantly, being able to teach them the skills that they need to not only build healthy relationships, but as well as to be able to manage, mental health, as well as being able to help friends in need who are also struggling with mental health. What I have found throughout my times in implementing the program is that often students, are sometimes a little hesitant to engage, particularly about talking about like these kinds of topics about relationships and mental health. But often by the time the program has started, by like session 2, students are very much engaged and interacting in the program. And what we have seen is that students have really, by the time the program is finished, that they've really not only increased their knowledge about healthy relationships, but as well as being able to implement and display and transfer the skills that they learn in the classroom outside to other classrooms, as well as into their own life. We did choose grade 8 because, we really wanted to use that window of opportunity where we know that, friendships, peer relationships have a significant influence in their life, and many may be considering entering into an intimate relationship, or maybe are already experimenting with dating. So we really wanted to provide them with this knowledge and skills at a time when it was going to be very relevant to them and that they could use before entering into high school. It's really important to be able to engage them in activities that they're going to enjoy. We've always found that the small group discussions has been incredibly useful in facilitating that information, as well as games and activities that help them to not only move around, but also to interact with others. And as well as the topics of conversation that are in the program really relate to things that are relevant for students in their life right now. So some of the content that has generated some great discussions have been things like characteristics and signs of healthy and unhealthy relationships. Being able to think critically and examine the role and influence that media has on your life and your friends and the decisions that you make in your mental health, as well as being able to have conversations about mental health, the myths and the stigmas that surround it, as well as coping strategies, and as well as being able to deal with peer pressure and peer influence while maintaining your boundaries. And finally, being able to help a friend who reports that they are experiencing and struggling with their own mental health.